Hi Gemini, this is Christian here from Thilightchrissy Reads Tarot, and I'm happy you guys are here. Thank you so much for joining and watching. Please, if you can, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below if you haven't already. Also, you can click that bell notification so you can be able to get notified when I post new videos to my channel. Also, of course, I want you guys to like this video, and if it resonates with you, please leave down some commentary below. Let me know what things you guys want to see on my channel, what type of readings you like, and what type of cards what decks that you like that I use, or you'd like to see me use. I'll also have the information how to donate to my channel down below as well if you're interested in doing that. Okay, so today we're going to read for the month of September, the first half for you guys. Coming out of August, we're going to see what we're looking at in the month of September. Now keep in mind that all readings can't possibly work for every single person, so just take what resonates and leave behind what does not. Also make sure to check out the other videos for your moon sign, Venus sign, rising sign, and maybe one of those may resonate as well. Okay, I am also available for personal reading, guys, so if you want a one-on-one with me, that information to book me will be available down below. And I'm sure you're tired of hearing me chit chat. Maybe not, because you guys are Geminis and you guys like to chit chat too. But we'll hop into the reading. So we're gonna start off with an animal spirit from the Wild Unknown Oracle deck to see kind of like what energy we're going into September with. All right, where are we coming out of August from? What is Gemini going into September with? Okay. And it's so funny. I thought about this card the other day. You got the oyster, and I hadn't seen it in a while as I was doing these readings. So, but yeah, this is a good time for you, because it's saying that that blessings are going to be coming in. You're going to start to see things. Now I think that this is a surprise that comes in for you, something that's unexpected. Also too, this would be it's like a double. I'm kind of getting like a double thing here. I get that there's something coming in the month, which we'll look at that a little bit later, but more so too, I feel like there is this holding back, or there is this this feeling that you guys are having to try to keep you back from doing something that's going to actually be very, very in alignment with what you're doing. It could be like a talent, or maybe this business plan that you're kind of keeping back, but it's like this secret that you're not allowing for everyone to kind of see. And if you were to reveal it, it would really, maybe you're just kind of feeling that feeling that if I show people this part of me, is going to take off. And it's not necessarily that you don't think that it's going to work. I think that you kind of do tell yourself that it's not going to work, but you know deep down inside internally that it is, because whatever this thing is that was given to you, this idea or this gift that you have not put on display yet, is something that's given by the divine. So it's almost like maybe your mind and your ego tries to psych you out, but at the same time your spirit tells you that it's going to work. And there's kind of like this duality thing here that makes you kind of clam up, or kind of like keep yourself like clenched instead of allowing it to just flow through you. Okay, so it could be like there could be this stagnancy of energy in your life. This I almost feel it's feeling like anxiety, like it makes you race, because you want to be this vitality is within you. It's like this force that needs to be brought to life, and you're not letting it come to life. So what I'm kind of getting here is like when a mom is pregnant with the baby, and the baby is kicking, and the further and further along the mother goes in the pregnancy, the more kind of uncomfortable she kind of gets from the beginning. And I kind of feel like this is like you being at the point where you're about to bust any second. You can't really wait for the baby to come out any longer, but you keep saying, I'm fine, I'm good. It's like everybody's looking at you like you're about to bust. Okay, so I kind of have that feeling here. And yeah, it says down here, clams up. And yeah, it's just saying that it's something that you're kind of keeping away. And I just kind of have that feeling here. But I do feel like the first half of September, it has some type of surprise for you, or some type of thing that's kind of coming in that you're definitely going. It's a gift from spirit with that 7 there. Definitely going to be something that you feel like is luck. So it may be a surprise blessing or something like that comes in for you. I kind of definitely see that. But we'll look a little bit more in the reading. I'm going to pull a card from the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. Just to go see what advice we have from this deck. Here's that we have from this deck for Gemini. Okay, what is that? Let's see what it is here. Simply love. Yeah. So even with this is the Six of Cups. This is something coming back in. I don't know what it is. Maybe there's this opportunity. Like for example, let's just say, because I feel like with somebody here, what it could be is something kind of like this, to where maybe I'm just making up something, okay? But I'm gonna give you the gist of it. There's like this art contest, and you draw these really, really good paintings, and you draw these really, really good pictures, right? And then you're gonna put enter, you were gonna do it, and then boom, your fear got the best of you. You clammed up, you didn't do it, right? What I have a feeling with the Six of Cups is that this opportunity is kind of presenting itself again, and as it does, I'm looking at this person kind of guiding this person through. I feel like that spirit kind of walking you through whatever this fear is, to kind of make you come forth with whatever that is. So I don't know if it's something like that that's coming in, like some type of opportunity coming back around that we may have thought we kind of had lost indefinitely, but definitely something is coming back from the past, something that kind of makes you a little bit happy with the Six of Cups right there. Okay. Okay. And also too, with the Six of Cups, I'm just like there's this sense of communicating with yourself, but having this lightheartedness in it. So this, I kind of feel like for some of you, maybe your tone in your conversation with yourself is a little not aggressive, but I'm kind of getting here to talk to yourself the way you would talk to a child, because you are the child, you're Gemini, the twins, and it's almost as if I kind of feel like, when it's gonna sound funny when I say this, when you talk to yourself aggressively, you make yourself clam up the same way that you feel when people do that to you. So you guys like to be talked to a certain kind of way. You guys are the conversationalists, and I feel like the same way that you react to people when they talk to you in ways that you don't like, it's the same way that you talk to yourself and you react with yourself. So your inner child clams up when you get mad at it, like you say, that art is stupid, and then it just stops drawing, or it just doesn't respond, it freezes up. So I kind of feel like it's almost like ego, are these voices in your head that may have come from like a father figure or a parental relationship or something like that. It keeps reverberating, or keeps on playing itself again, and it makes you have the same reaction that you did when it was actually happening. And that would be different if you were still, living through that situation, but this is the past here. So it's just only affecting you now. It's not it's no other person's involvement in that happening to you anymore. Now the voice that you used to hear has become you, and every time this kid feels happy-go-lucky, like, oh, I can enter the art contest. I'm just using the art contest as an example. This parent, this self-parent says, you're not going to be good enough. Art doesn't work out. Like, you should just do something more serious and more traditional that you can be sure of. It could be like, I kind of even see here like somebody, someone being made to do a certain job or work a certain life, or to be into their books or school like that. They kind of were pushed in that direction rather than the direction of expressing themselves through art or through things like that. So it's a little bit harder for them to be creative, because if you were conditioned to be creative through your childhood, you'd already have got through some of the confidence issues that you need for now, but that's kind of been missed on your path. So you're having to do it actively now. It is nothing different than what a child would go through, but it's just that instead of it being outwardly, it's internal. So this connection right there is internal. This is him right there. So this is where you're kind of having to kind of coach yourself through those moments and relive them and say, well, how would I have handled this if I were to do it in a loving way? How would I have wanted this person to treat me? And that's how you start to treat yourself, and that's what makes you heal from that situation. Whenever you start to talk to yourself and to love yourself in the way that you wished or that you thought you should have been loved in, right? Because then you start to learn how to love yourself and how to fully love yourself, and not to leave room for there to be another person's involvement in your happiness, or in how you think of yourself, of your talent. So you can be able to open up and be able to experience these blessings that life is trying to offer you through your uniqueness that only you can be able to bring into the world, okay? So yeah, that's a pretty good way to start the reading off or whatever. Let's see. Let's get into some tarot cards. Read a little bit more into the situation. Yeah, I think some of you guys are super talented. I just like the way that that oyster card looks. And look, first card that pops out is the Three of Cups here. So this is that celebration. Remember, I was saying some type of blessing comes in, some type of reward. I feel like there's this opportunity that comes again that heals those situations that you've been in that kind of made you feel like worthless, or like and then here the devil wants to flip out too, kind of worthless, kind of stuck in this negative energy, and maybe it is from this situation, but I think that there's this opportunity that comes in to do something different than you normally do. Now, it doesn't have to be business or talent like you're singing or anything like that, but some type of opportunity repeats itself and comes back again. And I'm very confident that you're going to choose the right thing this time, or you're going to be in the position to be able to make it through this time. And I think it's going to bring you a lot of happiness, a lot of healing, and it also takes you away from a lot of that toxicity that you've kind of been in, because it's like, see, miracles do happen. See, you know, things can go right. So you kind of get that, you kind of get that feeling there, or from that you've kind of been missing. Yeah, that cycle comes to a close. You kind of bring everything back into balance, and you're able to move on to the next chapter of your life, because this is something that's been keeping you in this loop, and it's time for you to just kind of it's time for you to come out of it. This is the stagnation here, where you're being stuck in this same position with this desire, this fire inside of you to be somewhere different. And as soon as you can address what is keeping you stuck here, then that is when you're able to complete that cycle. Now, for some of you, this could be something that's coming through with the World card, something that comes through on the through the internet, or like a business opportunity. That's something that comes through the internet. It can be like a job offer that comes through the internet, or something that makes you happy that comes through the internet. Maybe you're finding out about something. Maybe you're going to school or something like that. I don't know what it is, but it's something through the net, or it's something that it's something about showing a talent. It's something about displaying yourself or putting yourself out there. Even if this were about love, this could be still putting yourself out there. So, you know, making sure that you're not saying that you want to be in a relationship and not dating or something like that. Because if this is love, this could be somebody coming back from the past. It could be somebody on the internet that's kind of watching you. I kind of see it. They're watching you kind of maybe be released from some of the situations that you're in, or to be in like another, you look tied down to to whoever it is, and yeah, they kind of are waiting until you can, it looks a little less it feels a little less hectic. So I don't think that it's like the person is seeing you actually go through these life things. Look what's at the bottom of the deck, the Lovers here. So yeah, totally, they're waiting you to come out from this to kind of be in a more a different energy to try to relate to them. It's energy, so people pick up on energy. So it's not the fact that you're doing anything specifically that they can see, but your energy is kind of razzle dazzle and scattered, and theirs is not, and they don't want to kind of bring that into their vicinity if this is about a relationship. Okay, so you know, change that as you may for other things like a job or something like that. The energy sorry, the energy that you're in is not in alignment with the energy of where you want to be, because we still have a little bit of this voice in our mind that's ruining us from being able to manifest something bigger and greater than where we are, because it's like these chains or these locks that are keeping us attached to you know, to where we are. And every time we feel that we can escape, you know, we're held down some more. Like I always tell people, the chains of the devil are on their necks. They're very loose. They can get out of them if they want to, but they have to make a choice to be able to do it. And you're being asked to make that choice to leave the past behind, so you can go into the world, and you can go into your next chapter. This is completion coming around. So maybe that might be what the blessing is, that this cycle is coming to an end, that you're kind of figuring this out, because at the end of the month, you're coming out of this anxiety that you kind of were in after you've gone through whatever this transition is. Okay. So yeah, let's kind of clarify these cards a little bit. Let's see here. But yeah, overall, good. Still good to me. just some things that we have to face. Just look at some of the things that are keeping us tied back, keep us some of the things, some of the pains and the heartaches we've been through that have involved other people that have kept us, you know, tied down. Okay. And I just almost think like even here with this devil energy, how I had the lovers at the bottom of the deck. I always see them as like this light and dark. It's so funny because I think that the devil is 15, and as I said that it was 15. So yeah, there's just this shadow. There is your shadow that keeps you attached to pain. And I think that what it is ego. The ego feels good in the dark, right? So what it's doing is it's trying to keep itself hidden so that you don't destroy it. Okay. It's trying to keep itself hidden. They're like little kids, right? So they like run around like it's like a little kid running in the house trying to hide because you're saying it's bedtime, right? So you have to outsmart that kid to be able to make them go to sleep. And that's kind of what's going on now. It's kind of like these fears and these things, these doubts, and this hurt and this pain. It's trying to keep you from being able to find it, so that you can be able to kind of like, you know, kick it in the butt. And it's, you know, kind of thinking about what I was saying here was I was saying something that's kind of hidden and kind of secret. That's kind of something that I'm kind of getting here too. It's like it's concealing itself, all right? And it's saying here that you have choices. You have the choice. It's funny because with here, this is a 3 of Cups and this is a 3 of Swords. And this is heartache, heartbreak, and sitting in it and having this confusion and this mistiness where our thoughts and our emotions are not separate, but they're all over the place and scattered and intertwined, keeping us kind of stuck in this infinite loop of this confusion with this, like the 9 of Swords here, like kind of like that feeling. But here's where you're making the choice. It says you can stay stuck to what has already happened, or you can look out on the horizon and you can see the world and see what the world has to offer you based on who you individually are and what talents and gifts with this one here that have been placed in you, when you're able to activate them and to follow them. It's not staying stuck. And once again, we have this theme of the world here in the 2 of Wands hand, and then we have the World card here too. So I just keep on getting a strong feeling like it's some sort of talent or some type of thing that you're supposed to be doing in the world that it's time to go ahead and make the decision to move in that direction. What are you waiting for, you know? And yeah, once again, the two of Cups is here in reverse. For some of you, you could have had a relationship with a Taurus that went sour, because I literally just got the same this I believe 1, 2, 3. I believe I got these same things here, or it could be a Capricorn you could be dealing with. But yeah, this is where it's saying where we need to heal from the relationships that were out of balance. Don't necessarily try to stick around waiting on balance to come into those situations. And I was just telling Taurus the same thing, but it was different. It was a little bit different. Taurus was kind of waiting on vengeance to strike that person, right? That's not what you're waiting for. Gemini, from your place, you're wanting to find harmony. You guys want to exist in harmony like that, and I think that that you're going back looking for it, and the harmony is the harmony of your life is not this is I'm trying to explain it how I see it. You see it as I can go and shift this situation, and then I'll find balance, and shift this one, and shift this one, and shift this one, and everything will be balanced. What this is saying, what this reading is saying to me, is there's a bigger way you can just go and tip the scales all at once, rather than doing so much work of trying to make the other person act a certain way to bring this harmony into these into relationships. So not just romantic ones, but friendships. It's impossible to do it that way. When you change your balance, then everything else in turn, like this, just think of a seesaw or something like this. Instead of you trying to jump back and forth right here to make it be balanced, how about you just run over here to the top, and then everything comes and it follows after, so you can get a lot more work done. You know, we learned about that in school. I can't think of what you call it now, but It's like seesaw. You know, if you go and sit on the other side of the seesaw, you know it'll fly down. And if the person is heavier over here, if you sit here, it's not going to, you know, it wouldn't work as fast as if you sit at the end and you use all of your force in that way and your momentum in that way. And that's kind of what I'm getting here. As you find balance within yourself by releasing some of these more heavier emotions, lower vibrational emotions, then you just it starts to all balance out all together. So it's to work smarter and not harder for yourself. Okay. And I have a feeling that what you can do, really, honestly, if you start this talent or this business or you go after whatever this is, it could be moving, it could be dating, it could be whatever this newness is that's coming in. If you were to focus on that more, in the blink of an eye, I kind of feel like, boom, everything that you thought would never happen. As far as people, you start getting apologies out of the woodworks and people showing back up. Yeah, once you let go of the, it's funny because I'm looking at him with that. Remember, I was kind of saying that kind of thing here is just to kind of let that cycle kind of die and be fixed in mind. Don't try to go back and fix these situations because it has you juggling so many things at one time. Energetically, you're trying to manage so many situations at one time that your energy is scattered and it's not used in one direction to manifest the way that you're wanting it to be. You could be doing a lot more with a lot less if you were to focus all of your, it's like having soldiers on the battlefield and you have them all with different agendas. I mean, of course you do, but each person can't just be there for themselves. They all have to be on one accord to be able to win. And this is where you're getting your emotions on one accord so you can win and not letting them be so all over the place and scattered, because it's scattering your energy to be able to manifest, okay? And look, the world card comes in. It's the temperance. It brings to clarify that it's the temperance. So this is where that, once again, don't you see the tipping of the, like I'm trying to get this motion that I kind of feel here with this too. Whenever you take care of yourself and you let those situations, because with temperance, I get, it's letting the situations be as they may. It's the alchemization card. This is where we're, what is the word? It starts with a C. Hold on, because I want to say that word. Integration. It didn't start with a C. That started with an I. It's where we're finding integration. So this is where you're taking everything and you're saying, this is me. You're not necessarily saying, this situation is bad, so I have to fix it to see my worth. You're taking it and saying, this is what it is today, and I'm still great. I'm still perfect. Boom, let's move on. No matter any decision that I've made, I have always ended up winning. I've always ended up propelling. So I'm going to spend less time focusing on the decisions that I've made because I'm going to always have to constantly keep making them. And I'm going to focus my energy and attention into whatever this thing is that's coming into your life, this blessing that's coming into your life. I really, really wish that I'm going to, let me see something here. Let me see. Clarify the 9 of Swords here. Yep. And look, so... Yep, so something totally, it's funny because I said clarify, I was going to clarify what it was coming in, and then I wanted to clarify the 9 of Swords, but in my mind, I kind of was thinking of both at the same time as I drew this card. And you see, this is the Wheel of Fortune. So this is definitely this cycle coming to a completion with a 10. You got a 9 and then you got a 10 right here clarifying it. You got the World card. So that's completion. That's a cycle changing and things coming back into balance, which with the 2 of Pentacles being in reverse, this is for all of this bad and toxic stuff that you've been into where you start to get the other side. You see what I'm saying? But you have to move towards the side of the seesaw so that you can make the shift. Okay, you can't stay on this side at the bottom end. You have to work your way up, and then in turn everything that you thought you missed along this part of the seesaw starts to slide right back into your life. Okay, and this just the wheel is shifting for you. Okay, but yeah, definitely some type of blessing come in. What type of blessing is coming in? What type of blessing could be coming in for Gemini? Look, you got the You got the world card again. So it's just like, I don't know what this is. It's something through the internet, or it's something that if you share it, it's going to be very, very great, especially using the internet to do it. So this is the perfect time, September 1st to 15th, to not focus on any negativity going on in your life, to be able to create something where your attention is given to that. Okay, just a couple more cards here. I pulled more, but yeah, it's just like you're in the home stretch of something about to take place, and this is the same, I believe it's the same thing that everybody's going through. I need to just look at the astrology, because everybody's getting this card. Every single sign has got this card. So this is where we leave focusing on what has been lost. Look, the Three of Cups right here. And then we focus towards, what is needing to be restored. For some of you, like I said, I'm getting this is something to do with a relationship with a Taurus. Okay? Or I think because this reading is kind of mirroring back what I kind of got there. So let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and pull a couple of cards here. What advice can we get from the energy oracle cards? Let's see here. And for some of you, that could be new love. It could be actually taking a risk. This oyster could be here opening yourself back up to dating. I kind of feel that, because this does have things to do with relationships, or it may be a certain type of person, a particular person that you've been dealing with, that maybe you should open yourself back up to those situations. I'm not necessarily saying someone should go back to anything that's been hurtful, but if there's like a situation that presents itself, it could be a person coming back from the past. Here I kind of feel that are like circling back around. That's kind of what I'm getting. Like now, maybe things have changed. It could be a Sagittarius here with the Temperance card. The Devil is a Capricorn. Okay. Also, too, it could be, I'm just kind of getting here, it could be a job opportunity as well, to where maybe you've kind of been thinking about how things are going to get paid for, how money, you've been concerned about money, or juggling back and forth, having this anxiety about money, and then there's this job that comes along, or some of you may be finding work on the internet, or looking for work on the internet, but I definitely kind of have that here, just to make sure that you're being fully yourself, and that you're allowing yourself to shine, and you're not purposely holding back who you are for any reason, because that could be the difference between you shine, you getting through this easy, and you not, yin and yang, and that's this balance that they're talking about, balance here with 22. Just kind of feeling like here. I'm kind of feeling, I want to say, I'm going to read the card, but my interpretation of this still is for those of you who are in who this is about relationships for, or this is about being single and getting things for. I really believe that that you have love is like going to come up for you. I kind of feel like this could definitely be somebody finding like I don't really use like the words like divine, twin flame and all of those things, but somebody that's destined, that's a good fit or a good match for you could be coming in, but it's going to require you to open yourself up a little bit more. So I know this isn't for everybody, but this is for a couple of you guys in specific. For others of you, it is to, what I was kind of saying with this, to let all parts of yourself shine. Do not try to put your hand in the way of one or the other, because I have a feeling like I just got this feeling where I'm covering my mouth, and something just made me kind of do that, to where there's like, it's funny because I see you guys as these little twins, and I see it as one about to blurt something out, and then the other part of yourself puts their hand over like to not say it. So I feel like some of you guys do that to yourself, and you need to let all parts of yourself shine, even every part of yourself needs to shine, okay? But I'm going to read this because this is all bringing balance back into your life. And like I said, where things could have been like this is where they're going to shift like the seesaw. So the yin and the yang are that's kind of giving me that mirror effect that I was kind of talking about, okay? It says passive, active, intellectual, logical. This card represents energetic life cycles, and its purpose is to help you identify the particular cyclic energy moving in or out of your experience. In its upright position, it heralds a yin cycle, where most of the action seems to be happening under the surface of things, okay? This is a time of great receptivity, intuition, and gestation. External circumstances may be forcing you to go within and examine present activity. It's an especially good time for completion, so wrap things up. Yin cycles often call you to be passive, yielding, and reflective. So up on those sides of your nature, being more than acting is the intention here. Okay, so I'm kind of getting a feeling with that. That is that masculine and that feminine energy. Even what I was saying, where being yourself, just coming out and saying whatever it is. Do not put your hand over your mouth. I'm not saying literally, but don't put your hand. It's even funny because as I'm looking at this, I know they're not necessarily putting their hands over their mouth, but I kind of feel like that kind of feeling right there. Okay, but yeah, do not let your masculine side get into the feminine side's business, okay? Because the feminine side is creative, it's receptive, it listens to the divine, and when I feel like sometimes that twin inside of you, the other part, those two, you guys are actually the sign that represents the divine masculine and the divine feminine. So you guys have this great relationship with this. There's a lifetime of perfecting the relationship between yourself. Okay, so what you have to stop doing is letting one twin put its hand over the mouth of the other, because what I'm feeling like is your masculinity takes dominance in yourself, even for the women. Because look right here, you kind of see how this is they're not seeing out. It's in reverse. They're not both kind of working towards that. They're kind of here, and I kind of feel like with the devil card, it's like they're playing these roles. The role is I'll come up with the good idea, and this one's role is I'll always stop us. So it's like you keep repeating the same situation over and over again. That's one of the cycles that this was kind of talking about here. And even with the world card has this circle, this cycle is wanting you to complete that and to come through to the other side. And when you have the wheel of fortune, it's about shifting the karma and changing that. So that's that seesaw effect again. So yeah, that's definitely something that you're going to be working on in the month of September. Well, at least the beginning of the month of September. And I'm going to pull one last card from the Work Your Light Oracle deck here. All right, what do we have here? Is this Trust the Nigga? What is this card? Is this the No? So look, you have the no, the postpone, the pause, and the say no card. And it's just really, really funny because what I'm getting with that card is I still feel like it's connected to this part of yourself that is saying that that kind of is putting the mouth on the other part of yourself. It's like it's saying that you're in a yin cycle, which I believe that, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, yin is like it's the feminine, like the feminine energy, which like I said is creative, is receptive, is intuitive. But there's just this warning again about this energy of letting the masculine part of yourself, which is related to like how there's this father here or there's this boy. It's related to that thing. So it could be something to deal with the relationship with a authoritative parent or or dad or something like that. But it's that thing that muzzles this thing from emerging within you, that kind of brings in all this fast, quick, and significant change into your life. Okay, so the other card I got here is Lemuria. So it's creating heaven on earth. It is happening. I want you to know, before I even read what that card is exactly, And let me see something, because I don't know if the no had anything. I feel like the no card says no, 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 no on it, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, no, 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 no. Let me read. I didn't know it had anything here, so let's read that one first. All right. You are being called to either pause or say no. Say yes to something that isn't saying yes to something that isn't in alignment with you will drain your energy and your time. Hold out for a congruent, aligned 100% yes. Often when we are looking for guidance to make a decision, it can be frustrating not to move into clear and considered action. However, timing is everything, and not receiving clear guidance is actually intuition in itself. So look, that's what that is about, this receptivity of the yin not acting because that masculine wants to act. This is where you're waiting until you're receiving, you're creative, you're open, you're not clenched, warrior mode, aggressive. Okay. We all go through these times known as waiting periods. These times are crucial for our body to regenerate, the new path to formulate, and the universe to begin creating things on our behalf. You do not need to be plowing forward all the time to move forward. A potent, congruent yes, when the time is right, will put you ahead leaps and bounds. Don't force things now just because it seems like the only option. Take a breather and wait. The waiting is actually very productive, for when the time for movement comes, you will be ready to dive right in. Use this time to regenerate and ponder what you truly want. Consider the options. If the options are not clear, don't fear, because this time is a gift. Use it to tend to your garden and take a rest, to take a moment from your busy life to clear the decks and prepare for the time in the future. For come spring, clarity will bloom, and you will have the reserve space and drive to say yes and act and move quickly. Okay, so yeah, I just think that this is in connection with that energy that I was kind of talking about this muzzle, or look, even this chain that you kind of that's kind of there. Okay. Keeping you in place and keeping you stuck in some of these things and these emotions, that you've been reliving since childhood over and over and over again. So yeah, hopefully in the first half of September, we can move away from that. Now, even with the no card, me reading that and connecting it with the oyster, maybe it's not it hasn't been revealed yet. Maybe it won't happen in the beginning of September. Maybe it happens towards the end of September, but there's definitely something that you're on the horizon of. And like I said, with the world card being the last card, then you have the Wheel of Fortune, where the cycle is changing. Things are being brought back into balance by the Temperance card. So this is all an ongoing thing, okay? So I definitely want to know what's going on in your lives, Gemini. So please let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Please go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Like and comment. Let me know if it resonates. I am available for personal readings. The information will be down below, as well as information to donate to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good one.